And we're live. What is up, folks? Welcome to Hellhounds of Horror. We're joined by the talented, the beautiful, the lovely Victoria de Mare.
Woo! Yeah!
We did have a bit of technical difficulties because Google Hangout sucks, but we've managed to improvise, so we have her here.
This part is it. She's like, fuck technology. But you know what? I take that back. I don't fuck technology because now we can do this because of technology. So
That's very true. That's very true.
Skynet.
Yeah, it's fucking Skynet, man. I blame them. But yes. So we're starting to get people kind of pouring in now. So, what's up, Michael? What's up, Michael? Victoria, David, 11, G-Wiz 11, Darren, Mass Collector 99, Brian Minnick. Yeah, everyone's been contacting us and saying they're really excited for this opportunity to get to talk to the one and only Batty Boop. So,
yeah, you have a major following, by the way, Victoria. Like whenever we announced this interview going down, there were so many people excited about this.
Oh, awesome!
Yeah.
That is fantastic. I love Batty Boop. I will love her passionately forever and ever. Forever and ever and ever.
All right, you want to wait for more people to show up, or you want to go ahead here with questions? What you want to do?
We can just start.
Whatever you guys want to do.
Sure. So yeah. From my research, because I like to do some research just so I know the sort of backstory. Is it true that you were the main creator of the character Batty Boop?
Yes, a dear old friend and colleague of mine, filmmaker John Lachago, had an opportunity to come on into the third installment of the Full Moon Features Killjoy series, who I was a fan of. I'd seen 1 and 2, of course. At the time, there was a gap between the two of them, but there hadn't been a film in like a really long time, so there was like this big gap of distance. And John kind of wanted to play with the idea of expanding this series and bringing on all these other characters that were just as wild and loud as Killjoy, like bring on a posse from his realm and his domain. So he contacted me and said that he had to have Killjoy have a girlfriend and like this badass bitch by his side, and he created this character in his mind. He had some ideas he wanted to talk to me about, and he'd written this character, this dialogue and whatnot with me in mind, that he knew that upon reading what she said and what she did and his ideas of what she looked like and how she acted and how she sounded,
Nice.
that he was gonna like turn it over to me and go, here you go, here's the script. Here to have an accent or sound a certain way. Like it could be a technical accent from like Bronx, New York, or it could be like Cockney from England. Like it could be like where you could create your own Batty Boop sound or language or whatever. He's like, I want her to move a certain way. She has to kind of sashay a certain way to want to experience. And basically, I butt ass naked and painted. What do you think? And I was like,
No shit.
yeah, all right. Like, ooh, ah. So I go into the lab to create basically what came out on camera. Day one, like I was so nervous, shot the first scene, and I was so fucking like all this jet lag, and it was like 8 hours there or whatever, and then I couldn't sleep, and then like I kind of got drunk the night before I was shooting, like a little, I drank a little bit too much, but I was like celebrating, you there, and like woo, and then like the next
Oh
morning,
my
I was fucking nervous the first day of shooting that character. I was like sick to my stomach, like I got on like bus to the fucking hotel to take me to the front of the and the director said, hey, I did this morning, Victoria, how you feeling? I was like, crying, like freaked out.
So it was your idea to be pretty much completely naked. Were you completely naked?
It was John's idea. It was John's idea that he would be completely naked. He was like, he wanted me to be all this way and like create this character, and then he's like, but I want you to be naked. Now I was butt ass completely naked, except for my boobs and my boa and my gloves.
Nice.
He wanted it that way because of the paint and the design of the paint. And he said that I was the only actor that he knew that he thought could pull it off, and so that you weren't like sitting like, so I wouldn't be like self-conscious on camera and not being able to like really get into something and portray something that was really believable. And so I was like, yeah, you know, because it's not easy, you know. So, but he's like, I know you can do it. And I was like, yeah. And then like the makeup application, like I got real friendly with the makeup department because it took 5 hours to get into that shit, and I had to stand there basically spread arms, spread legs for the makeup team to work their magic. But I couldn't sit down because I was fucking up. I didn't have time to do touch-ups while we were applying it. You know what I mean? So it was a hardcore.
Nice. Fuck yeah, that's all. That's an amazing answer.
Yeah, that took 2 of my questions out in the first question, so that's really cool. Because my next one would have been how many touch-ups would there have to have been?
Next careers, so I'm like, yeah, Batty, woo! Now you can buy Batty dolls, you can buy Batty T-shirts, you can buy Batty movies, Batty Mania.
Yeah, I keep seeing your Batty Boop figure, the statue, pop up everywhere.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, you gotta collect that shit, man. She's a doll / action figure because her tail moves, and she sits on a little platform, so you know you can stick her anywhere. You can put her up a bedside, you can put her up on a shelf, you can put her, you know, put her on your TV, put her wherever. She comes in an awesome box that you can keep and store, whatever, that has her little image in it, so she'll stay. If you're moving her around or whatever, take her out of the box because there's no picture window of her in it. You gotta take her out. But my name is on the box, so you might want to say that too. And the dolls that I sign, I also sign the boxes. So you get to collect a Batty and a new Killjoy. There's a new Killjoy figure out too, but he's just a statue. He's just a doll. He doesn't move. None of his parts move. But Batty moves.
Nice. I wanted to say something real quick to the chat. If y'all want to ask her questions towards the end of the interview, we'll definitely shoot y'all's questions to her so she can answer them.
Definitely. Okay, David, do you have any questions?
I do have questions. So I want to know, when you sit down, you watch movies, horror movies, non-horror movies, what is your favorite snack to eat when you're watching movies?
Oh, that's a good one. But when I'm watching any movies in general, I don't know, man. I have a weird diet of like salad and like cake. Like, like really weird. But, you know, like I'll have like a salad with like a shitload of like whipped cream and like caramel sauce on it, like something like that. Yeah, but I love like nachos. Like I'm a vegetarian, so you can hold like hold the meat or whatever. But I love like nachos and like beer. Like I love to get. I mean I love to smoke. I love to get high and watch films. I'll watch it like 100 fucking times, and then I'll see something different, like some mistake or some continuity thing or some like weird look of an expression or something. And then I've seen the fucking thing 100 times. I'm a huge film fan, so I love. So, I mean, I watch at least one film a day, not just to unwind, but like one maybe to unwind and like kick back around, and then one to like study the art of filmmaking, you know, all around. It's a team effort. I love music. I love cinematography. I certainly love acting. So, but then like, there's always like, yeah, and then you're all like, you're like in that zone or whatever, and you're watching it, and then like, I guess when the munchies hit me, like I'll have like killer fucking salad and like.
Oh man, that's fun. It's good.
So you like to hit the bong or the blunt and make a salad and eat a cake.
Yeah.
Well, what kind of cake though?
Absolutely. What kind of cake? Oh man, any good cake. I love like like I'm not a vanilla person at all. I'm kind of like a weirdo, but like I love vanilla cake and like vanilla icing and like vanilla cake. But I also love like chocolate chip cake. There's this killer bakery near where I live. In Hollywood, and they have this chocolate chip cake that's fucking insane. I love it.
That's fucking awesome.
Nice.
All right. Well, I can't
eat that shit too much. I allow myself a one dessert a day, but like a little dessert when I'm playing Batty or preparing for Batty, because like you got to do the work and try and like stay like fit or like you don't want any wobbly bits or jiggly whatever the fuck when you're like naked playing a character like that, especially when you're painted like that, because it looks the paint's so thick it looks like a suit. So everything's gonna show. Every fucking piece of fat or fucking cheese, cellulite, whatever the fuck is hanging there is gonna show. So during Batty time, I would work out like twice a day, yoga, like hiking and shit like that, dance class. I'm a dancer.
Nice.
And a lot of fucking salad, but one little piece of cake. Because then, like, to me, like, when I get too little and too lean because I'm really short and I'm really small, like, then, like, the boobs go. And then that's no good because Batty has, like, tits. So it's like, I can't, you know, like, I gotta eat the fat. I gotta keep a little fat in there to keep my boobs. Because on camera, it doesn't look so good. You gotta watch it because the camera adds weight to you anyway. So a little dessert during Batty preparation time. But that's probably over there because I don't think there's gonna be another film. That was it.
Okay.
Oh, really? So the Psycho Circus was the last one?
You just fucking killed my last question.
I think possibly that Killjoy Psycho Circus is the last one. There's been a lot of debate and rumors about a Batty Boop spin-off movie, which I would love to do. But unfortunately, I don't think Full Moon Features would do it the way it would need to be done. And I can't be having a heart attack trying to shoot that film in like 5 days and a feature fucking film in 5 days and working like 18, 19-hour days. Can't do it. It's too hard of a character. It's too much time to get into her. And we either do it right or we don't do it. So.
Agreed. Yeah.
So, all right. So here's my question for you, Batty Boop. Okay. So obviously the clown, I guess the horror clown genre is mainly male, correct? So I want to know, how does it feel to be pretty much, in my opinion, the only female clown that I know to actually be, I guess, centered in that role, being a female and being a clown in a horror movie?
I think it's fucking awesome. I think it's a fucking honor. I've been really, really lucky with an incredible opportunity, and I'm eternally grateful to John the Chago of Full Moon Features for doing these films. I think it's fucking amazing. I've worked a really long time, over 20 years, and so to be able to have something that I was able to immortalize as my creation and my thing and whatnot was really amazing. And I love the horror genre so ridiculously, and I love clowns, and I love it, and I love, oh god, the original, and I love Killer Clowns from Outer Space, and I just love all that insanity. And so it was really, like, in the beginning, it was really important to me that she was a succubus, and I thought that she was going to be more evil and more, like, fucking, and, like, more, like, sassy, like, let's sit on you, that sounds good. And, like, it was just more fun, like, that way. So, I don't know, and a lot of people have compared it to Harley Quinn, and I really honor the comparison. However, I have to the fucking haters out there, especially some motherfuckers on YouTube, fucking putting up videos saying my best is original. Look, man, fucking that fucking creation of Batty Boop 2008, 2009. Warner Brothers film with fucking the famous fucking chick didn't come out like until a fucking few years ago. So that was really before that. I'm not a huge Batman fan. I've seen the films before. I knew of, Harley Quinn. That sounded familiar. That's a Batman something character. But that was the last fucking thing that came to mind. This was my creation and my opportunity to create from the page. If someone had confidence in me to create 3D for the screen, I went for it. It had nothing to fucking do with Harley fucking Quinn ever. Like that great comparison. People are like, oh, this is kind of like Harley Quinn-esque kind of character. That's cool. I like characters like that. That's cool. My shit was unoriginal and it was just ripping off Harley Quinn. She wants her act back. Harley Quinn can suck my fucking dick, okay?
Ooh, love it. You know what? Speaking of the Batman thing, I was telling the guys, you can make a badass Poison Ivy.
Thank you. And I love those characters, and I love all these kind of characters, and I would love an opportunity to play another character like this. But people who were saying that I rip Harley Quinn off don't know like the story of it, because this Batty Boop character is like 10 years old. So it's like, come on.
Great.
Fuck yeah. All right, John, what's your question for me?
Yeah, like touching on that point as well, like I don't get the comparison with Harley Quinn, because the whole purpose of Harley Quinn is she's submissive to the Joker, whereas Batty Boop is just fucking badass. Like if Killjoy steps out of line, she fucking smacks him, and that's why I love the character so much.
Right, and thank you. The authentic fans who know the real Batty knows that Batty kicks Killjoy's ass. She takes shit one. And that is the perfect ideal example that Harley Quinn is an absolute secondary and submissive character. Batty Boop is her own fucking character. So I love that. And it's unfortunate that these haters that started this whole thing, this weird fucking channel that keeps coming and going, so they keep getting violating and pissing other people off. Copyright shit, so it comes and goes. But this fucking person who started this shit with me was a massive, insane fucking Batty fan. He had a show, he had me on a couple times. He was like an insane fucking fan. And he got mad at me. And so now it's all like, fuck you, your daddy sucks, fucking, you're not original. And it's like, it's all like, well, you're a loser, stop bullying me, Victoria Mare. And I'm like, what the fuck? Like, are you, like, is this coming from, like, a chat room in an insane asylum? Like, like, leave me the fuck alone. So, yes, only authentic Batty fans know, like, she had Batty Boop, Harley Quinn. She would sit on her fucking face and eat her from head down.
Hey, John, you mind if I butt in real quick?
What, sorry?
You mind if I butt in real fast?
Sure, yeah.
Okay, so Victoria, so he just commented. You have a super fan in the comment section. His name's Andrew Faye.
Excellent.
And
Andrew.
And I just wanted to read his comment. Read his comment. He said, "I fucking love this girl so much. Her music is awesome too. Her song, 'There You Are,' will be stuck in your head for days."
Nice. Thank you. And I hope the video gets you hard too. It's on fucking YouTube and it's kind of saucy. So check it out.
Can you tell her? Can you just say his name one time? His name's Andrew. His name's Andrew Faye.
Andrew Faye.
Thank
you, Andrew Faye. Thank you for being a fan. Thank you for mentioning my music. You rock.
All right, David, you got a question?
Yeah. So, filming these movies, did anything weird happen on set? Because I don't know if you've noticed that in the past, when certain horror movies are made, like superstitious things happen in the background. People see things on set like that. Has that ever happened to you before on set?
Yeah, I made this really fucking stupid, ridiculous, but funny as hell movie called Werewolf in a Women's Prison. And there was a scene in the beginning of the film where this werewolf attacks me and my boyfriend. And it was an actor, a stunt actor in a suit, actually, in the werewolf. And he starts attacking my boyfriend. And so for some reason, I run to the campfire and grab a burning log out of the fire. And I run at the werewolf and I start beating him with the log on fire. And to get him off my boyfriend, and the fucking suit caught on fire, and the fucking director is insane. The guy named Jeff Lee, where he's amazing, and he was like, "Keep rolling!" And the guy really caught on fire, and like his suit's on fire, and like he gets up and we're all like, "No!" And then like the director was in the cut, and we're all yelling like, "Stop driving slow!" Like the guy like he really caught on fire. The suit, and he wanted to get out of the suit, not like burn to death, but the director kept rolling on it, and the shot of the guy actually catching on fire and getting up and freaking out to run off is actually in the final cut of the film.
That's amazing.
Oh, wow. That's crazy. That's awesome.
It was pretty crazy. The guy lived, he wasn't burned, and they continued to use the suit for the remainder of the shoot that they needed it, and then at the end of the film, they like set the rest of it on fire and threw it off this cliff, and that shot is in the movie as well.
That's fucking great.
This is I have a question. So Full Moon has a really big following with especially with the hardcore horror fans who know Full Moon. I wanted to know, what was it like actually working with Full Moon?
It was fucking awesome. I was a fan of Full Moon Pictures from way back in the day, and like the 80s and the early 90s. So I like to work on a film with them, and like when you're in there, like you see pictures of huge stars like Helen Hunt and Demi Moore and like fucking Viggo Mortensen and like all these like Michael Paré and like all these people or whatever, and you're like, oh my god, like this is so cool. Like I'm in there, and just like to be a part of their series. I love that they're a little studio, like an independent little studio that still does like feature film series with like Puppet Master and like Killjoy and like the Evil Bong and Ginger Deadman. Like, and I love that they still do that. And they'll keep going. They'll do like Master Tang and like like they'll just like keep going. So I think that's really awesome.
That's fucking sick. So you mentioned
Dice. You can get like cool T-shirts. You can get cool figurines. You can get like all these like crazy box set sign things, like collectible. Like they have so much merchandise. I just love that. It's so cool.
Filming's fucking great. We met Robin Sidney at TFW this year, and she was super nice. What was it like working with Robin Sidney on the last Killjoy movie? Because she was obviously in Ginger Dead Man, and then she's coming into this franchise. How was it working with Robin?
Oh, it was awesome. When Robin found out the final film in Killjoy Psycho Circus in the story that there was like a quote Batty imposter or a girl in the story that became Batty obsessed, and then they decided to use the Luann character from the Ginger Dead Man series. I think it was a Ginger Dead Man, or it was Evil Bong. I think she's in that too. Because they love to do the crossovers.
They did the crossover, yeah.
Luann character, Evil Bong, and they were like crossing it over, and she was like, "Oh my God, it has to be like." She convinced them that it had to be that they had to do that crossover because she loved Batty Boop so much, and she was like a crazy fangirl, like on set, like just like, "Oh my God," like just like talking and like hanging out with me and like being like, "Oh my God, like this is my favorite character of all times, like in movies," and like it's like you're like it's just crazy, and like how like I had to like meet you and like work with you, and like it was really, she was really crazy, intensely like very serious and stuff, and did a great job on set. But she was like one of the biggest Batty fans I've ever met.
Nice.
Because when we were there, I walked past the Full Moon booth, and I'm wearing my Killjoy t-shirt right now, the Demon Clown one. I walked past, and Robin Sidney was talking to someone, and she pushed them out the way, and she came over and she stuck her hand, and she's like, "Give me a high five! I fucking love your t-shirt." I'm like, okay. So I didn't know she was like a crazy Batty Boop fan, but that's a fucking brilliant story.
Is that the t-shirt that has Batty in the middle and Killjoy on top and Punchy and Freak Show on it?
Yes, that's the one. Yeah.
Yeah, I have one too. Yeah, I think she has one too. It's a great t-shirt. So yeah, she saw that with Batty, so she was like, "Fuck yeah, man!"
Yeah. I didn't know that at the time, so I just thought, oh, she's really into Full Moon movies, and now I know it's because she absolutely loves you. So that's really cool.
Yeah, she's really fucking into Full Moon movies. She's very like I think she's prominent in 2 of those other series, and she got herself in there with the Killjoy because she loved Batty Boop so much.
Yeah.
Nice. You got any more questions, David?
Questions. I think I'm out of questions. I had a question about the makeup and all that stuff, but she kind of answered that in the beginning.
Dude, I had this question about could you compare Killjoy and Boop to Joker and Harley Quinn's romance? But she fucking answered that shit too. So I did just think of one off the fly right now. So you said you're a Full Moon fan, correct?
Yes, I am.
All right. So could you drop not Killjoy movies? I want your 3 top Full Moon movies.
Oh shit. I would have said definitely the original Puppet Master.
Nice.
Definitely original Puppet Master.
Someone just jizzed who's watching this for sure. Got some major Puppet Master fans around here.
I'm one.
I also like before Gary Busey went like insane and whatnot. I also liked I thought the original Ginger Dead Man was also really great.
Yeah, Gary Busey.
I have to say another Full Moon film that I liked that was a live action film about these hot chicks in Hollywood or whatever. I was in it a really long time ago, so I would say that one that is actually not horror related would be another really good Full Moon film.
What's it called?
It was called NoAngels.com, about these saucy naughty girls.
NoAngels.com?
NoAngels.com. Go there right now.
And then, like, I think when I saw the final cut, there were like some behind the scenes in it stuff. where I was in more of than the actual footage in the actual film. But I remember working on that and like going to like their offices to pick up my check and all their like wicked ass posters and stuff like that in the office. I was like tripping out how cool it was.
Awesome.
Fuck yeah. See, what I like about you, you're real. Like, you're real. You talk a lot of shit. You talk about smoking weed. You talk about cake and salad. You're fucking awesome. For sure.
And I think it was actually, someone had a good question about the Harley Quinn and Joker and Killjoy and Batty relationship. I think Batty and Killjoy's relationship is more serious. I think she get like, you know, and she's more just like what, like she was all like, you went to a fucking wedding without me and you fucked the groom,
Yep.
fuck you, you know, like I want a baby, you better fuck me, like, you know, like get me pregnant. Oh, like smacking him around, like do it this way, like getting out the toys. Like I think the sex scene in Killjoy Psycho Circus is one of the funniest fucking scenes. Like I just laughed so hard with that. Like when he's got the dildo in his hand, he's pouncing on her back and forth, and like with it, like, the squirting of the feathers and all this stuff is squirting up and stuff like that. I thought that was so fucking funny. Like Harley Quinn and like Batty Boop and Killjoy are hot, like their kiss and everything through the bars and all like in Killjoy Goes to Hell, and then like their like sex scenes like really funny, like they're funny but they're hot. Like Harley Quinn, like the fucking Joker and Harley Quinn can fucking suck it compared to Killjoy. You're fucking hot. Like they're funny, but they can also be like hot. And then they can all be like, you know, like bitchy to each other and like fighting and stuff like that. But then it turns into Batty just like smacking him around and Killjoy being like her little bitch. So
Sweet.
Yeah, I think it's a better relationship.
No, I totally agree with that. Like the main thing that's not really put out in the open is that the Joker and Harley Quinn's relationship is based on abuse.
Yes.
Whereas Killjoy and Batty Boop, it's like they're both evil, but they know they're evil, and they just it is like an unconditional thing. Like they just can't get rid of each other.
Yeah.
Exactly. Exactly, because Killjoy, like in the third one, created her. Like he needed a bitch, he needed a girlfriend, so he created her to create someone that he was like part of him, like someone who was like a badass, like him or whatever, but someone he also like his ideal like chick that he'd like worship or whatever. So yeah.
Sounds like my ex-wife.
The makeup, the other makeup question. The makeup was a fucking pain in the ass. We had test like fucking meetings for that, and the makeup changed a lot. Like if you notice, the makeup changes in the film. Like the wig gets a little longer, and like the makeup changes a little bit. In the first one, she was all sparkly with more like glitter. Like and the key makeup artist comes in and like puts all the lines on you, and then like the other people come in and spray it all in, and then they blend it all in, and it's just fucking hours, and you're like, it's like doing yoga for 5 hours. Like it wasn't hard for me to all be like so sassy and be like, ugh. By the time we were shooting, because I couldn't sit down, you know, like you want to kick someone in the fucking teeth because you can't sit down. So it was a pain in the fucking ass, but it really, really served her. And I have some of the original pictures of her from the original makeup test I did with Tom Devlin, who did all the Batty Boop makeup with John Chago and myself, and passed it on to way back. And like the makeup had changed so much, and there were these cool ass fucking pictures I was gonna like maybe put up on my website or put up on eBay and something like that. And then my Kit Kats got pissed at me trying to get my attention one day and took one of his nails and split, because one I had like up on the wall.
Oh shit!
Oh shit!
And he fucking sliced that fucking thing right perfectly down the center. I mean, it's like he follows the lines of her teeth all the way down to my fucking pussy. It's unbelievable. Like from the top of my fucking wig all the way down to my fucking cunt. And I was like, this cat, I couldn't believe it. I was like, oh my god. But then I'm like, you know what? I could leave that in there and sign it. Be like, my cat sliced this, but it was so perfect. I could still probably sign it perfect.
All right. I got one more question, and then I'm done, John.
Cool.
All right. So I usually whenever I do these when we do these interviews, I like to get one good raw question in to test sense of humor and whatnot. So I want to know. I want you to name 3 clowns you would have a threesome with.
Oh, oh yeah.
But not including Killjoy.
Not including Killjoy.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
He's in the corner.
Yeah, he's in the corner. He's in the corner jerking off.
All right. He's on his knees over wanking with the camera. All right,
Yes.
all right. Let's see.
And occasionally pointing down with the camera.
Right? Yeah. I guess well, the definitely the Tim Curry's It from the original It.
Okay.
And the head guy, oh, man. The main guy from Killer Clowns from Outer Space, the main crazy bug guy.
Ooh,
and
nice.
then, I don't know, like guy from, I'm not like a crazy huge Rob Zombie fan, but the guy, fuck.
Captain Spaulding?
Like the granddad of horror, the guy fucking Sid Haig. See, he's like way older now, but Sid Haig.
Captain Spaulding?
Like, that clown character, but like when he was younger. Throw him in there.
Right, yeah.
Oh, you're talking about House of a Thousand Corpses, Spaulding.
Oh, House of Thousand Corpses. Sorry, no. What did
Yeah.
I say? No. Sorry. No, yeah, House of Thousand Corpses. Yeah,
Right,
that's what I meant.
right director, just different movie. Okay, that's
Right. Yeah. Sorry.
All right.
I was thinking. I had Halloween on the brain because I was looking at something of Daniel Harris's, and so sorry.
nice. You got it. Okay, so you got an alien clown from outer space. You got a thug
Yeah.
clown and Sid Haig, and you got this creature clown. Okay, that's a nice.
Yeah.
That's nice.
Who goes where though? That's the main question.
Wait, what was that question? Am I?
Who goes where? Where does Pennywise go? Where does Killjoy go? Where does
We're all rotating. Everybody gets a little piece.
Line up, boys. Okay.
It's a gangbang style.
Oh, nice. Oh, yeah. That's hilarious. You got any questions, John?
Well, my next question was actually going to be Fuck, Marry, Kill, Pennywise, Captain Spaulding, or Twisty from American Horror Story, but well, we know that
Twisty ain't getting none of that. It's all fucking. It's all Sid Haig.
it's all raw. If they were going to do it right, would you be open to doing a Batty Boop feature, like not Killjoy? Batty Boop's Psycho Circus or Batty Boop's life story, like what would you be open to do something like that if they did it right and it was on your terms? Is that something you would do?
Absolutely. I mean, I am all for doing a Batty Boop spin-off movie about like, you know, what she was doing when she left Killjoy for a while and stuff, and like what's going on with Batty and what she wants, and like a total spin-off on her. You know, we gotta have a couple scenes with Killjoy in there or whatever, at least. Yeah. But I'm totally into doing it. I just want to do. There's been a lot of ideas that have been tossed around. I haven't been presented with this script yet, and just the idea of the production in general, there hasn't been a discussion of budget and like schedule and stuff like that. So unless we're gonna do it right, then I really it's not worth having a heart attack over it.
All right.
Oh, yeah.
Were there any other whatever that we're asking?
Yeah, there's quite a few. You want to go ahead and do commenters, John and David?
Sure, yeah.
Say that again?
Go through.
I'm finna go through all the comments and read some questions.
Oh, go for it, man.
All right, give me a second. Let me pull some things up. Yeah, you have quite the fandom, I must say.
Yeah, everyone loves Batty Boop, man. It was new and fresh, and it was a great addition to the Killjoy series because we were actually talking about this before we went live. When I first watched the first Killjoy movie, it wasn't something that I enjoyed.
Yeah.
And then when it came to like 2 and 3, I think it was all to do with Trent becoming Killjoy, because I think he brought something really different to the character, and then the addition of all the other clown posse was fantastic. So whoever thought of that was a genius, and it really made the series.
I totally agree, and that was all John Lechago's idea. He really took the series and went balls out with it. I really liked what he did.
All right, so let's see. The first one we have here is from Larry Merrick. He says he loves Batty Boop. He has the first ever signed resin, apparently. So that's awesome.
Yeah, awesome.
That's fantastic. All right, let's see. Scroll down.
Thank you, Larry. That rocks. I got mine up on my shelf next to. I'm a big Tim Curry fan, and he played Darkness in the '85 film Legend, and him with the fucking unicorn horn or whatever, and he's all like that statue or whatever, and he's all. I have my Batty Boop next to him.
Amazing.
All right. Okay, so Larry. Next question is from Larry. He says, "What does she think about Robin Sidney playing the faux Batty Boop?"
I think Robin did a great job. We had talked about it, whether she was going to try and just be an absolute mirror of her, and and to give her the guidelines of what I did with the script. I completely rewrote the script and all Batty's lines phonetically in the Batty language and memorized it like that. So I would that image would absolutely be in my head, so I wouldn't be having to think like, okay, how do I say this? And talking to her about how I came up with her little movements and blah blah blah.
Yeah.
And she was just like, I'm just gonna this is someone who's impersonating Batty to get closer to the Lurnell, like in the story, and like the sponsor or whatever of his show. So it didn't have to be dead on. So she's like, I'm just gonna do like my own like parody of it, which I was like, oh, fine, totally cool. And I think that she did a great job. And then we had a couple scenes together, but there was only one that made the final cut of the film. And the shots in the beginning of our scene together with us in the mirror, and she was in the mirror talking to herself, fixing her hair, and then you see it's me, and then it's me mirroring her, and then I'm in the room. That was completely improv. We did that in like one take, just completely like she was doing stuff in the mirror, and as they were setting up, I was kind of mimicking her, just fucking around, standing next to her, like as if it was me, and John was like, roll on this shit. So that's kind of how that like came up. But then like when you watch that scene, like she completely drops her little accent and is just speaking in her regular Robin Sidney voice, and like all her like Battyisms and stuff like that go out the window, because when she's like facing the real Batty, she even like the little parody of it she couldn't even do. So because she's just overwhelmed by Batty, so like being perfect for the film, and I thought she did a great job.
Sweet, that's awesome. Oh, yeah, that's a great answer. All right, so this is from Horror in Me. He asks, I want to know. He says, ask her if she was ever a cosplayer.
No, but you know what? I've seen some people do the Batty cosplay, and that meant almost as much to me as the doll being created.
Oh yeah, I bet.
Yeah, I think that's incredible. People have sent me photos going to conventions like that. John Lechago saw someone driving down the street and was like honking at them and like, Batty Boop, oh my God, and like waving like to the person who rolled out the window. And
yeah.
She was just full on Batty, like with the boa, the wig, everything, like the gloves, everything, just like in her car, like rocking to some song. And he like fucking called me on the phone and was like, I just saw Batty Boop on the road. Like the cosplay has begun. So it's very cool.
All right, another one. Are you wearing clothes right now?
It got me. That's one of the reasons I couldn't go live.
Oh,
you're just wearing an AK-47.
It's gonna be on camera interview. I gotta go get dressed.
Yeah. You'd have been the first nude guest for sure.
First nude guest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And talk about a video torn down off this fucking platform. All right, let's see. Let me look down. Let me see. Everyone's talking about Full Moon, talking about Puppet Master.
Yeah, we've got a lot of Full Moon fans. Like David,
Yeah.
David is here. He's like a huge Puppet Master fan. So when you said that you loved the original Puppet Master, that just made his life.
Yeah, there was a fan that asked, why can't Batty make an appearance in the Puppet Master series? Because Full Moon does all these crossover things with their series. And I'm like, I don't think that Charles Band's going to go for that. But hey, Batty's all for it.
That would be fucking great, man. Because that's another thing. Like you would have like a resin figure, but then you'd also have a puppet. That would be fucking sick.
Exactly. That'd be awesome.
Larry knows someone that knows Charles Band, so we'll put that in his ear as well.
Yeah, get Batty in there.
All right, this is from Shattered Perfection. I think you answered this already, but I'm going to ask it one more time. Maybe you can just give us like a shorter answer for it, 'cause I'm pretty sure you answered this. From Shattered Perfection, how long did it take to create Batty Boop? Was there any inspiration, and how many color options were chosen before the final decision was made?
How many hours per day? It took 5 hours worth of makeup, and then another at least 30 minutes or so, headspace wise, to get all into raging on set. I just entered set in Batty Boop and just kept that character going the whole day. Everybody got it after a while, and it wasn't just like, oh, okay, like it's just easier to get into that and stay into that all day instead of coming in and out of it. There was no inspiration. John being so confident that I could create something was the inspiration to create the character. The different colors. She was always green, red, and yellow, and her teeth, of course, were white. So I think there were more black lines or prominent black lines, and she wore black gloves in the first one. But the color scheme remained the same. The color of the gloves changed, the color of the bow has changed, but the makeup stayed the same.
Cool.
The color stayed the same.
All right, so this is the last question we have, and this is from Andrew Fay. He says, besides Jaws, what are some of your other favorite horror movies?
Oh, yeah. See, Jaws is my #1 favorite.
You're a super fan.
I can't go into water, like up more, especially the ocean. Even like lakes and pools and stuff, I get freaked out above like my knees. I can't. I'm so frightened. So Jaws is definitely #1. I would say The Exorcist. I would kill to play a character, a demonic character, being possessed like that, like Linda Blair did. I was not allowed. I was banned from seeing like the Exorcist for so long. I didn't see The Exorcist literally till I was like in college. Like I was not allowed to see it. Like it was just so forbidden. So something you think is that going to be that horrifying? You're like obsessed with seeing it. And so I would say that would probably be #2. And my third favorite horror film is Pet Sematary. Again, the original that scared the hell out of me. But it's a big Stephen King fan.
What do you feel about them remaking Pet Sematary?
No, not the remake. I'm all for the like original films. And stuff.
Oh no! Oh yeah. How do you feel about them doing the remake? Because it's been announced that they're remaking Pet Sematary.
Right. I actually have seen that casting. Like I was all like trying to get like a role in it or whatever. There wasn't anything applicable for me. But in general, I don't like remakes. Like I wanted to get a job in it. Yeah, for sure. But like I just in general like. I'm fine with series, like they could go and make, Pet Sematary 10, but like doing remakes, I'm not a big fan of remakes.
Nice. Well, that's the last question we have, guys.
I've actually got a question. Have you ever seen the movie Terrifier? That came out this year.
No.
That's another great clown movie that I definitely recommend. That it's just been getting these great reviews, and it stars a guy who's up and coming called David Howard Thornton, and we had him on the show a couple of months ago, and it's a fantastic like slasher style clown that I think it's something you definitely recommend. So I'll let you know more about it. Like I'll message you the details on it, but I think you should check that out as well.
Awesome! That sounds awesome. Thank you.
All right. Well.
For sure. Yeah. Does anyone have any other questions for Victoria?
I have one more.
Yeah.
All right. So if you were given the opportunity to play a role in a Puppet Master movie, which puppet would you want to get killed by?
Ooh.
Good one.
Oh, that's a good one. Oh man, I would love to see a massacre attempt to happen with Batty, like taking them all on somehow, but they all get a piece of her. Like someone decapitates her, someone takes her right arm, someone takes her left arm, someone's got her tail. Like I would like to see a full on like showdown happen between the main characters, like in Batty, and have it be like just a full on massacre.
That would be good. That would be really good.
Terribly and get like just totally sliced and diced.
Hell yeah.
I mean, I'm out of questions. I'm done. She answered everything.
Yeah. Brilliant answers.
Oh yeah. You've been a great guest, by the way.
Thank you. I'd love to come back on and I'll be more prepared for the video.
Definitely.
This was fine too. This was our first voice call interview, but this was just as good.
Yeah, definitely.
For sure. So, do you want to tell us, tell everyone where they can find, where they can find their own Batty Boop resin figure? Have you got a website? Do you have any conventions or appearances coming up in the future?
Yeah, I would say you could always check out victoriademar.com. There's all kinds of information on there. There's photos, there's videos, there's a store page that has a bunch of stuff. You can get music on there. You can get DVDs on there, T-shirts, dolls, what have you, pictures, what have you. You can get the resin dolls on the Full Moon Features website, unsigned. You can get, there's a couple more left on eBay. You can get signed. You can get a signed doll from my site for sure. And I'm on all social media. So Batty has her own page on Facebook, but Victoria Demar has pages on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. I had to fucking make my page go private for a little bit for some studio network fucking TV fucking shit I can't really talk about, but
Okay.
I will be going back public very soon. But there was maybe some questionable racist stuff that I had on there, and there was a suggestion from our producers to make it private. So tune in back next week. Everything hopefully will be back to normal, but that doesn't mean I don't accept follow requests and that I'm not on there. And usually my IG page is absolutely public, but I certainly hope that I'll go check out my Twitter page because that is way more racy than
Yeah.
than Instagram. But yeah, you can. I got a lot of new stuff going on. I have actually my own radio show that I DJ on Fridays. It's
Nice.
6 to 8 in the East Coast, 5 to 7 Midwest time, and Pacific time is 3 to 5. And I've got some awesome fans rocking in the UK that listen to it, I guess between 11 and 12 on Fridays. So you can start your weekends right and groove with Victoria Demar on Rock Rage Radio. It's a free internet station, so you can tune in any laptop, smartphone, what have you, and stream it for free. And Bus Party to Hell, Tara Reid's new horror movie, it's out now on DVD and Blu-ray. That has 2 of my songs in it, and on the menu page, the main menu page, one of my songs is also featured on that too, which I flipped the fuck out when I found that out, to have the Blu-ray and the DVD disc that actually play one of my songs too, because everybody loves the menu page. Sometimes you like leave it on or whatever, especially if it's a cool song. So it's my song, so check it out. It's also the end credit, and then I also have another song featured in 2 scenes in that film. So if you're in the US, it's available. Blu-ray, DVD. If you're in the UK and Europe, it's coming to you next month. You can rent it, you can stream it, you can collect it. It'll be in Redbox kiosks coming up soon, July 3rd. And my new album's dropping in September, #twat, September 6th, 2018. It'll be a new rock album. And my debut single from that album, Last of Me, which is kind of a power punk, pop rock track, will be available everywhere, Spotify, what have you, Apple Music, iTunes, everywhere. Also on July 3rd, so check it out. And there's another sci-fi action film of mine, Abaddon, being released on July 3rd too. So there's a lot of things coming out that's not Batty, but it's some fun Victoria Demar shit. So check it out.
Alrighty.
Fantastic.
Well,
Yeah, I'll post some links in the description for people to check out as well. But yeah, thank you very much for doing this. I know there was some technical difficulties, but you fucking killed it, man. So thank you very much for joining us.
yes.
Yes. Thank you very much for coming on today.
Thank you so much, and thank you to all the Batty fans. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you from the bottom of my heart. Thank you to all the Batty fans. I love you guys all so much. Batty is appreciative and loves every single one of you. So thank you.
All right. Bye, Batty.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye, Victoria. Bye, guys.
Later.